I was a young industrial hygienist just out of college, beginning my first job. I was working with I was hired by a labor union in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, to be on their health and safety staff. And in my first week on the job, we had gotten these three films from that you're going to show in from OSHA. They were brand new, and we reviewed these, and they were just marvelous. And so we had all sorts of ideas of how we would use this in education and training programs that we were considering. And shortly after that, we got a letter from the new administration. This was the films had come from the OSHA under the Carter administration, and the new administration under Ronald Reagan came in and had a really different view of what the agency should do. And they sent a letter out and asking, actually not asking, but telling everyone to return the films that had just been mailed out by the previous administration. Our leadership decided not to do that, and so we kept the films. We were also getting some funding from OSHA to support these training education programs. And shortly after we didn't return the films, we got a call from our manager from OSHA who managed our funding. And he said, if you use these films, your funding will be taken away because the agency thinks these films are too political, they're too biased toward workers, and we're recalling these along with other educational materials that were put out at the end of the last administration. For a while, they were used. We would use them. Actually, we would take them out to our members and show them with the introduction that these films are something OSHA doesn't want you to see. And so we would set that up, and then we would show it, and people would go, "Wow, that's a great film. What's wrong with that?" And then we would start to talk about the politics of what was going on with their administration from our point of view.
Work has killed millions. They've died from explosions, falls, electrocution, dangerous machinery, from breathing in poisons in the air. Millions more have been mutilated or permanently disabled at work. This year, it's estimated that up to 100,000 people will die from job-related injury or disease. Over 5 million will be injured at work.
In 1968, at the height of the war in Vietnam, 14,000 Americans were killed and 46,000 were wounded. That same year, another 14,000 Americans were killed. But those lives were lost right here in the United States because those American men and women were killed at work, on the job. Another 2.5 million American workers suffered disabling injuries. That's 54 times the number of people we had wounded in Vietnam that year.
Every family, I think, if you ask the right questions and check around, you find that safety and health hazards have affected every family in the country in one way or another. But it sort of gets lost and hidden. And so I think watching these films can help bring this to the forefront, and then we can deal with these issues better if we recognize them.